So a few weeks ago, we talked about Xerneas in the Best Pokemon series, so for this one I thought it would make sense to cover Xerneas' counterpart Yveltal in the Best Pokemon series. Now Xerneas is easily a top 10 Pokemon as we have discussed previously, but how does Yveltal compare to Xerneas? Is Yveltal the best Pokemon? Let's talk about that. In case you guys are unfamiliar with the Best Pokemon series, take a look at some of the best Pokemon in the game when it comes to competitive Pokemon, discuss what makes each Pokemon so good, and if they are the best Pokemon in a specific category or simply just the best Pokemon out there. Each Pokemon is rated on a scale 1 through 5 based on their offense, defense, versatility, Movepool, and overall viability. If a Pokemon excels in all of these categories, then it might just be the best Pokemon out there. It's also very important to keep in mind that this series is about competitive Pokemon battling, which is very different from battling in-game against gym leaders or battling against your friends using Pokemon you use to beat the game. If you are unfamiliar with how competitive Pokemon works, I highly recommend you guys check out some of the resources in the description to learn more about competitive battling. If you guys want to see specific Pokemon featured in the Best Pokemon series, first make sure you check out the full playlist of this series in the description to see which Pokemon have been featured so far, and if a Pokemon that you want to see featured has not been featured yet, leave a comment down below letting me know. And of course, if you guys want to support the channel, make sure you leave a like down below as it helps the channel grow tremendously, and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss a future upload. So taking a closer look at Yveltal, Yveltal is a dark and flying type Pokemon introduced in Generation 6 with a stat line of 126 HP, 131 attack, 95 defense, 131 special attack, 98 special defense, and 99 speed. Yveltal has the signature ability of Dark Aura, which increases the power of all dark moves in the game by 33%. This helps Yveltal's stab dark moves do significantly more damage than they would, also making it so Yveltal doesn't rely as heavily on a damage boosting item thanks to this ability. Yveltal interestingly also has the same exact stat line as its counterpart Xerneas, giving Yveltal a lot of the same positives that Xerneas has. Moving on to the ratings now, in terms of offense, I will give Yveltal a 5 out of 5. Yveltal has two very good attack stats of 131, making it hit very hard on both the physical side and the special side, as well as a decent speed stat of 99, allowing it to be a pretty nice Choice Scarf Pokemon, or at the very least, faster than most wall Pokemon, allowing Yveltal to be a pretty decent wall breaker. For defense, I will give Yveltal a 4 out of 5 because Yveltal has some pretty good defensive stats of 126 HP, 95 defense, and 98 special defense. However, it does have a lot of common weaknesses and more weakness than Xerneas, hence the reason why I give it a rating of 4 as opposed to a 4.5 or a 5. Now don't get me wrong, Yveltal is still a very good defensive Pokemon, and Yveltal does have a pretty nice healing move in Oblivion Wing, which is an 80 base power flying type special move that heals 75% of the damage dealt. And of course, thanks to Xerneas' high special attack stat, this can heal you quite a bit. For versatility, I will give Yveltal a 4 out of 5. Now, although Yveltal has some nice defensive stats and defensive utility, and although it can use a plethora of different items, I decided to give it a 4 as opposed to a 4.5 or a 5, because Yveltal is much better suited as an offensive Pokemon. Now don't get me wrong, a 4 in versatility is still very good for Yveltal, it's just not versatile enough for anything higher in my opinion. For Movepool, I will give Yveltal a 5 out of 5. I am a big fan of Yveltal's Movepool. Its signature move Oblivion Wing is one of the coolest signature moves in the game in my opinion, and it has a lot of all-around good moves like Sucker Punch, U-Turn, Taunt, Rock Slide, and Heat Wave, just to name a few. This allows you to have a lot of support options as well as some good coverage options. This in my opinion is one of Yveltal's best qualities, since it can hit many of its biggest threats and provide a lot of support for your team thanks to this move pool. And for viability, I will give Yveltal a 5 out of 5. Yveltal is a fantastic Pokemon all around and easily one of the best flying type Pokemon out there. Yveltal is good enough to carry the bulk of your team's offenses on its own, and thrives in a setting where a team is built around whittling down your opponent's Pokemon to allow Yveltal to come in and claim all the KOs. If you haven't used this Pokemon yet, I highly recommend using it and you won't regret it. In terms of some Yveltal sets you could run, here are two of Smogon's recommended sets from their website. First up, we have an Yveltal with the Life Orb, Dark Aura ability of course, max special attack, max speed, mild nature, Dark Pulse, Oblivion Wing, Taunt, and Sucker Punch. This is a great offensive variant which can also provide a lot of support thanks to moves like Taunt. You could even swap out one of the other moves for U-Turn, making Yveltal a better Taunt lead if you want, which could allow you to change the nature from mild, similar like Modest, Timid, or Jolly, or even Adamant, depending on which moves you change around. Next up, we have Smogon's Stallbreaker set, which is Yveltal with the Dread Plate, Dark Aura ability, max HP, 72 special defense, 184 speed, timid nature, dark pulse, toxic, taunt, and roost. This set is capable of whittling down stally Pokemon thanks to the move toxic. It can taunt pesky setup Pokemon or recover swimming Pokemon, and deal a lot of damage thanks to the Dread Plate and Dark Aura boosting Yveltal's stab Dark Pulse. It also helps that Dark doesn't have that many resists, especially in the defensive end, outside of Fairy. And that is Yveltal. Is Yveltal the best Pokemon? Let me know what you guys think of Yveltal in the comment section down below. For a chance to have your comment featured in the next best Pokemon video, like this comment right here. Personally, I think Yveltal is one of the best flying type Pokemon out there. However, I do think that it is not as good as its counterpart Xerneas. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe if you are new, as it helps the channel grow a ton. I will see you guys next time, and bye bye.